Aiden Ross be knowing. There's a little clique of those racist little white the racist little white streamers
playing games.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
All right, so we got Joe Budden calling out Aiden Ross as a racist after his recent situation with Puka, the NFL player who was forced to apologize. Let's see what Joe had to say about this. Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe.
Because I have an opinion about that.
Go ahead. I don't fuck with that little white boy.
He's horrible.
I don't fuck with nothing about him.
Why though? I'm not really as familiar with him like that.
Oh, God.
You see the Puka shit? Yes, I saw the Puka shit. That's what has me on it like that. Like, I feel bad for Puka.
I do
What
too.
happened?
I feel bad.
Puka Nacua went on Aiden Ross's stream.
Before or after he went absolutely crazy on Thursday?
Before.
Okay.
Puka's had a tough week.
Yeah.
Oh.
He went on Aiden Ross's stream, and Aiden Ross was teaching him a touchdown dance to do for when you get your next touchdown.
Okay.
And the touchdown dance was some anti-Semitic
Oh, my God.
hand gesture
You lie.
that Puka did on the stream.
The Hitler shit?
No, he didn't do.
No, not that.
He
It
didn't
was-
do
it was
that one.
something
He did
else.
another one. I'm not
doing it.
But,
Nobody do it, please.
But he didn't know.
He had no idea. He's just like, okay, this is what I do.
So Aiden Ross knew.
Of course.
Aiden Ross be knowing. There's a little clique of those racist little white
Facts.
the racist little white streamers
Playing games.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So Puka's had a tough week. He had to issue a statement saying, I had no idea that hand gesture meant XYZ. I'm sorry anybody I've harmed. Sean McVay has had to respond to this shit in the post game.
Wow.
Like it became a really, really, really big deal.
That's a really fucked up thing to do.
And
to
I
somebody.
just don't
it's awful.
fuck
What are we
with him,
talking
yo.
Yo, that's
about?
crazy,
And
dog.
this-
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't fuck with him
Bro,
at
that
all,
shit,
yo.
you know how
Are you finished?
foul.
I wanna,
how much
can I
shit
say
that could have
something?
affected?
See, and that's why. Let me sell out a little more. Back to me being a fucking sellout.
Nah, I might be with you.
And that's why, Aiden Ross he went on Logan Paul's podcast. See, I don't be in the white people business, but him and the other little racist white boy, Steve will do it.
Okay.
Not familiar. I
Good.
try to keep them
Good,
Yeah.
good. Me too. But Logan Paul wasn't playing none of that racist shit.
Good on him.
Homeboy said something. Logan Paul said, "Yo, get the fuck out. Get up. Get the fuck out. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to remove you myself. It's going to go a different way if you don't get the fuck out of my face right now." Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah,
Very
I love that. But
That's the response I need to see, though. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for
that
sure.
or nothing, bro.
Yes, it's the only one
That's
that's
it.
acceptable. Yeah.
Like they thought he was playing. Like they thought he was like, hey, what you mean? Nah, all white boys ain't on
They're
that,
not on
dog.
Real shit.
All white boys ain't on what you on. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mona.
This the thing about this nigga. First of all, he's very greasy. He's grease filled. His skin, his hair, he's greasy. Okay? The thing about him that I don't like is I feel like already in that streamer world, for some reason, it gives like internet Yahoo back in the day when everything was just nigger in the chat and Xbox nigger in the chat.
Yeah,
It's already, I don't like
Call
that
of Duty,
shit.
Call of Duty lobby.
Yes,
It
I
gives
feel
that.
like them. Yes, Call of Duty lobby. I feel like those a lot of those streamers ignore that. They too worried about numbers to shut that down. I feel like you can mute nigga your chat. You can mute some of these words. Just get that shit out of here. People shouldn't have to look at people say monkey. It's too many young people, young black kids watching you, bigger kids. Even though y'all are super successful, super smart, but you just it's not worth the money to let people call you a monkey all day, gifting you or not, right? On top of the fact, I feel like with that little greasy fucker, that I feel like he benefited off of black stuff, black culture and everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like as soon as he got
Always.
on, he starts showing what he was really on. He just comes off
Like a
so
lot of them
racist
do.
out of nowhere. It was like over, and I'm not gonna say I was super tuned in, but I wasn't disgusted by him. It's like just more and more he just being open with just being a fucking racist. And it's like, damn, like, the little bamboozlement part. I hate that
I think that
shit.
money gets you in the other rooms with them white older men that you might admire. and they start grooming these little young white boys that be from the middle of nowhere. It don't even matter where you from, but you just grew up in a generation where you could just say whatever the fuck you want to say from behind your computer.
So you more think he might have picked that up later from the money?
I don't know him, so I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to give him a pass neither. I'm not trying to give him a pass. I'm just saying that now I got mad bread and I can say what the fuck I want, and then my circle of people that I'm around might have those same exact sentiments, and they just using him as a mouthpiece, or that might be his mouthpiece.
Those sentiments have existed from some white people since the beginning of the time.
Way before him.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna be in a space where you comfortable saying it while black people are in the room.
Yeah, come on, bro.
And I mean, some people is letting that go, but Aiden Ross can't come to the strip club if I'm there.
Everybody not letting that shit go, man.
Yeah, they not.
And to another thing, I think a lot of these dudes, the people that they get around, it's like impressive for them now. Now I could get my shit off, and now I'm in this circle and it's working for me. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh shit, if I start leaning this way, I'm getting way more successful. Mm-hmm. Let me lean even if they don't believe it. Let me just lean further into it because this is really what's working. I'm impressing everybody. I'm the man now. Because
if I want to go full tinfoil hat, I think that they're giving these people money to covertly do shit.
Say some of that shit. I was about to say that, but I said I didn't want to give him a pass to make it seem like it ain't some of his thoughts.
Oh, it could be that too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I'm gonna tell y'all what's interesting about this. So when Joe is saying this about Aiden, I'm like, well, Joe, you know DJ Academics, your guy who you always bigging up, you know who his best friend is when it comes to streaming? Aiden Ross. Oh, Aiden Ross and Academics, they like besties. And so I wonder, is this a moment where Academics calls Joe Budden and he's like, no, you don't get it. He's trying to be edgy. You know, we on Kick, we say crazy stuff, but he's a good kid. I wonder if we'll see a comeback from either Academics or Joe Budden on this topic, because that's very interesting to me as well. Also, I saw an article where they was talking about this, and they was basically talking about, well, Puka said this anti-you-know-what thing on this stream, but Aiden Ross, as a streamer, he's of that community. I'm not trying to say specific names because y'all know how YouTube can get when you talk about certain communities, so I'm trying to leave it alone. The algorithm be acting a little funny, but Aiden Ross is of that community. You know, the same community Drake is of. Drake's mama, she's right, okay? And so that's interesting as well, but I think that goes into he's making these jokes at his own expense. So it's like when black people make black jokes, right? But when you a Puka and you say it, you're not going to get the pass. And so, yeah, people have to be very careful when they go on Aiden's stream because he's edgy, he's making these jokes, and you know, look, as black people, we always say it. You can't do what they do. When you do it, you gonna get in trouble. When they do it, they gonna get a pass. And that's what we seeing right now. You know, it's not really all about what Aiden Ross did. They talking about the NFL player Puka. But I don't want to just label Aiden as racist. I think he a young kid that's going to look back on some of the stuff he's doing right now and some of the people he's hanging around and some of the influences that he has. And he's going to say, maybe I shouldn't have did that. Because these streamers who making all of this money, the three biggest ones, they all come from the same group. Aiden Ross, Casanat, I Show Speed. They was all like best friends. And Aiden was more famous than them in the beginning. And he helped propel them to where they are now. But the thing is, now I Show Speed and Casanat are bigger than him. And I do feel like that lane that I'm talking about, that edgy lane, is what Aiden Ross has done over the years to try to, you know, boost his level of fame and status to their level, because the lanes that they're in, I don't think he can get in. Aiden Ross used to be the guy who interviewed the rappers. Now that's Casanat's lane. You know, like all of y'all, when y'all think about a rapper going on a stream, you don't think about when Aiden Ross was doing that first. Y'all think about, you know, Nicki Minaj on Casanat's stream. You think about Kevin Hart on Casanat stream. You think about Mariah Carey on Casanat stream. You don't think about, all the interviews with rappers that Aiden Ross did. You don't think about, Aiden Ross and Lil Uzi. And so when you got, your friends taking over your lanes and now they bigger than you, sometimes I feel like you can get a little bit desperate trying to fill the void, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I think that's why we see a lot of this edgy, weird stuff from Aiden. And I don't agree with everything he's done, but I did watch him come up. And I do think it's a lot going on behind the scenes. When you this young and you got all of this money and all of this power, it can get to your head. It can make you do some things that you'll regret later. I think Aiden has already talked about he had a lean habit that he talked about publicly. So this isn't me putting something on him, but you mix substances in with, mental health and all that type of stuff, and people start to bug out a little bit. That's why I said he's young. I think he's going to look back at a lot of this stuff and say, I was tripping, and we'll probably get more revealed in the future about what he's going through now. But one day, it's going to be a documentary about these streamers. You saw Casanat just come out and say he was dealing with mental health issues. And I know some people might say, well, they got all of this money. They getting hundreds of millions of dollars, and Aiden Ross just bought this $60 million compound, and Casanat got all of these cars and all of these houses. But money doesn't stop you from being human, and you still have to go through the same stuff that all humans go through, right? Money doesn't cure everything. It isn't the fix to everything. And I think one day we gonna find out about these streamers. Not that I'm wishing anything negative upon them, but I just think when you young and all that money, you can make a lot of mistakes, right? And I think that's what we're seeing with Aiden Ross right now. I hate to say anything crazy about him because I think he a decent kid. Came up playing NBA 2K, so that's how I know him. But yeah, now the platform is going in a lot of different directions. Y'all saw him interview the president. He's trying to get into his political bag now. I've even kind of seen him go back from the president because he's talking about the Epstein files now. He's like, why they ain't dropped the Epstein files? I don't know. But I think that's just his lane now. And it might be a little confusing for people like Joe Budden. And it's a little confusing to me too. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.